Well, CES 2018 wrapped up last week and showed us the future of consumer electronics this year. It is always a big deal down in the desert in Las Vegas. Cydni, Tetro, and Sara Jones from Women Tech Council, they were there for us, covering some of the hottest trends and news that came out of the show, showing us products that are actually going to transform our cars, our kitchens, our homes, our lives, and so very much more.
And Sara Jones now joins us in studio to tell us about a couple of the big trends and the takeaways from the show this year, and show us more of what they saw. Sara, tell us some of the big takeaways from CES this year.
Wait. First of all, were you there when the power went out?
You know, we had just left, but if you've actually been to CES and you know how big it is, a blackout is huge. Yeah. I mean, there are so many lights and sounds and all of that make the CES experience that I can't imagine sitting there in the dark for 2 hours waiting for the lights.
I was wondering what happened with that.
Okay, so once the lights did come back on, tell us what the takeaway was from this year.
You know, there's technology for literally everything. And so what's really great is to be able to walk around and see hundreds of different innovations and then to figure out what are the trends that are going to start to impact the way we live and work. So let's talk about a few of those trends that we saw. So artificial intelligence is starting to really, you know, influence and transform the way that we are living our lives. So let's talk about our augmented reality first. Augmented reality is about transforming the way we game, the way we experience sports, the way we experience exercise. So we saw really cool technology that, for example, there was an electronic sword, a digitized sword, and it totally changed the way that people play the game, right? So now the sword has electronics and sound and is this really interactive part of the gaming experience. You can also have golfing be totally transformed, measuring the way you're doing your golf swing, giving you the analytics back to you to help you improve. The Peloton bikes are really cool, so we were on those and we were experiencing those. And you're literally taking a class with dozens of other people. And I'm going to just say, I got a little competitive. Like, I didn't want to get off the bike. It was really fun. So artificial intelligence is the other wave that's starting to really transform the way we're living and working. So imagine there are these shower heads where you can actually activate it with your voice and say, you know, start my shower. And it'll take your voice and it'll say, Andrew, I know the temperature that you like, and it'll set it to your temperature and activate it for you, which is really cool.
Just the way I like it.
Exactly. So laundry is interesting, right? It can sense the different materials and the pressure and temperature that it needs for certain types of materials, which is really great. You just put it in and it's done, which is really, really amazing and really cool to watch.
So no more shrinking sweaters.
Exactly. Not making those human errors that we make. The interactive floor is really awesome too, right? It's pressure sensored with all those LED lights and responding to the way people are dancing and moving around the floor. So that's really fun to just play with all those innovations. Robotics also is just really coming into our day-to-day lives. So have you heard of robotic vacuums? So now there's a robotic lawnmower that will go around, trim your lawn while you're at work. Right? What's better than that? There was also a cool solar umbrella that would swing around and sense the position of the sun, right? So it's automatically adjusting based on where the sun is. But what was also cool about this umbrella is it also would be able to sense motion. So if your backyard is supposed to be empty, you'll get a motion sensor notification that there's somebody in your backyard at the same time, right? So it's starting to really have these interesting layers and be able to give us this really interesting technology.
My biggest question for a lot of these is, are they approachable? Are they buyable yet? Or are these things that are coming 2, 3, 5 years down the line?
This is stuff that's hitting the consumer market right now. And that's what's one of the coolest things about CES. It's stuff that's available, ready for purchase, and they are trying to heavily market this to the consumer. So that's what's great, is that it is here now on the shelves, purchasable and ready to go. And this is where they're demonstrating that it actually works, and it's ready for your home or your business or wherever you want to put these devices. So the last thing I want to talk about is one of my favorite, which was, you know, you hear about holographic projections. Well, this is really cool. By Hypervision, it was actually a grid of projectors and propellers, sorry, not projectors, a grid of propellers, as you can see on the screen. It's mechanical propellers, and the LED lights are dancing off of it, really creating this really interesting 3D display. And I mean, the crowds around this display were just huge because nobody had ever seen anything like this. So you see all of these really great technologies and ways that people are using even simple tech to create really cool interactive displays.
You know what I'd like to see coming in the future is those of us who are news anchors to be actually in someone's home as a hologram. Like I'm standing in your living room talking to you. that's what we need to work on.
You absolutely can do that. I mean, this is just a projector, right? So you just need a remote projection into somebody's home, and then Lori can appear talking to them.
Just be like, hi, everyone.
It seems perfectly plausible, and that way we can also then point out to people, too, when we're, like, you know, in someone's space, look, oh, excuse me, do I need to get out of the way? You know, we can help people out in that way, too, right? Because we can see everybody.
No, but it's amazing what technology can do, and you know, what it will do in the next 5-10 years is amazing.
Absolutely. So transformative. So, we're always following these tech trends. They can always go to womentechcouncil.org to learn more about what we're doing and help us follow those tech trends.
Wonderful stuff, Sarah. Thanks for being here. We appreciate the week that was at CES down in Las Vegas. Well, going by